night, friends, neighbors, ghosts of the future listening to Jay's air speaking from the grave. Welcome to Bingo is Life. The podcast. Live and in person, episode 763.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close.
Pretty close?
Yep.
Live and in person from Ruby's Arcade in scenic
Ruby's.
downtown Harrisonburg. The town so nice they had to name it more than once.
Thrice.
We're joined by the fabulous Hattie Show brothers.
Hey.
Hola.
I have no good joke about them tonight.
There's nothing funny about us.
We're very serious, especially.
We in the Silent Dave chair. No one.
No one.
How about the Silent Dan
The
chair?
Silent Dan chair.
Oh yeah,
No
Dan.
one.
Yeah, Dan.
He's not serving a suspended sentence. We won't go there. He's sick. He's sick again.
Poor
an
Dan.
illness.
Get better,
He
Dan.
forgot to get
Yes,
his
Dan.
vaccine.
Because without him on this podcast, I'm not actually sure if he'll listen to it.
Oh no. Okay, so Dan, if you hear this, tell us, and I'll bring you some soup tomorrow.
there you
Tomorrow
go.
being today, which is Wednesday.
Chicken soup. Chicken bones.
you can decide the type of soup. If you do not want chicken soup, I will not bring you that.
And here to my left,
I'm
as
just
you
gonna
watch,
throw a can at your house. That's all I'm gonna do. It's like, here's the camels.
She broke a window.
Yeah.
that, of course, is Momma Shackles.
Hey, Mom Shackles.
Hi, I've
Just
had some
throwing
Diet-
cans of soups in houses.
I've had some Diet Coke.
Followed by packs of cigarettes. Yep.
that would probably
Get
be
well.
That would probably be more appreciated by him, wouldn't it?
Nah, because cigarettes just bounce off windows. You got to throw that can of soup first.
Gotta really crack it.
Dan is offered to help teach me accordion.
Is that
Today.
right?
Awesome.
I'd say it's like the third person that's volunteered to teach me accordion.
Well, see, now-
I've got an accordion you can have here. Just take it. Take it out of my house.
They're like pushermen trying to get the accordion. You know you should learn accordion.
Mama's got a squeeze box she wears on her chest.
There was an oldie station that song was heavy in rotation for a little period of time.
Who?
In fact, I can even tell it was 98 Rock. 98 Rock used to be oldie station.
I used to be a DJ on 98.
Before they switched
Cool
over.
98.5.
And it was crazy how much Squeezebox got played.
Wow, is that right?
Oh no, it was like every day.
Every day
The,
they were squeezing the
That's
box.
a very innuendo-ish song. My
Oh, yeah.
God.
In
Oh.
and
Speaking
out,
of,
in and out.
Speaking of oldie stations,
And in
101.
and
Oh my God!
Playing all night.
I'm trying to keep this
and the
clean.
music's all
The
right.
music's all right. In
What-
and
what-
out.
In and out and in and out.
They're talking about the squeeze box, you know.
Yeah. Hey,
On her
Colloquial.
chest. On her chest.
Those are just the lyrics, folks.
totally
what are we
ruined
gonna
that
do?
Pete Townsend was in that band. Ugh.
101.3 FM on the.
And it was called Cool.
No, I'm talking about a
It's
current.
now. It is current.
Oh,
now.
current.
101.3. It's on
Yes.
the what is the first standing called now? Harrisonburg Radio Group.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had previously their oldies format cut off about 1967. And all of a sudden, they've segued into the 70s.
Oh, is that
Wow.
right?
And it sounds just like one of my frickin' Spotify playlists. And I'm like, I feel like I'm not a unique human.
Well,
It's
yeah.
okay. I feel the same way about the Rewind 105.1.
Yeah.
They're playing
well,
stuff.
Rewind's
Yeah.
hot though. I
It
like
is.
that.
It's hot because we're old.
If I have
Those
to,
are hot flashes. I was in
yeah.
Food Lion, and they were playing a bunch of 90s songs, and it was
We
just
love Food
weird.
Lion.
I love the
by the
memes
way.
of moms just grooving in Food Lion, or like the ones where they're playing like to the windows, to the walls, but they're like, yeah, and like
Oh,
dancing,
right.
and their children are looking at them like we looked at our parents when they sang in the
Right,
supermarket.
right. I guess.
So I had a bunch
Yeah.
of friends that used to work at Food Lion
Me
as
too.
a first job, and they all called it Food Dog.
Yes, yes,
Food
that's what my
dog.
friends called it. Yeah,
It was like Food Dog.
Let's go Food Dog.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we really need to talk to them about sponsorship. Otherwise, we're just going to keep calling them Food Dog.
Yeah.
the food,
Think about it.
You
Think
can-
about
Dog.
Food Lion
Like-
You
people.
can pay us in chicken wings. I will
the
eat
food
those.
line. The
She's
food,
got a story.
Sad but true.
the food line on 42 North.
Yes.
It's got the really good produce section.
Yeah.
Oh, I really thought you were going to say they've got the good music there.
Maybe I don't know.
Of the XMs, they chose the best one.
Yes, yes.
Hey, did anybody win the $125?
Oh, you know what? It wasn't 120. In fact, what was it, 2 weeks ago? we had the person win the $100.
That's right.
Hope.
Nope. It wasn't Hope. It was Rex Road, Miss Rex Road. I
Yeah.
forget what her name was.
Last name Rex Road.
Yeah.
First name Awesome.
And
Also
when
Rex
we
Road.
and Chris asked her tonight, what did you do with the $100? And you know what she did? Go ahead.
She donated it to the SPCA.
Yeah.
Wow.
They need it. If you are in a position to foster a dog right now, they really need help. 'Cause on top of the overloaded capacity they have, all the college kids are going home, and so the ones who are fostering dogs need someone to
gotcha.
temporarily watch their dogs.
All right.
I'm on the list. I get like sad messages every day.
Oh.
This dog is stressed out. He's got kennel tail. We need somebody to take him home.
What's kennel tail?
They wag their tails against. They get so stressed out. They wag their tails against the wall, and it causes a painful condition.
They're probably.
I just made up the term kennel tail, but it's some kind of condition involving their tail being wagged against the wall.
Wow.
Oh. All right.
Can we just like find some wild land and turn them loose and let them become a wild horde of dogs that come back to society and take over and kind of Planet of the Apes but dogs.
Yeah, somewhere in the Shenandoah Valley, hopefully.
I think that would be a beautiful thing. We could call it a dream coming true playground.
Yeah.
They would just turn into wolves and
No,
people would kill
you know
them.
what? No, I was
Yeah.
going to say people would just shoot them.
Ah.
Especially around out in the county. They're just looking for stuff to shoot.
It started as a really nice conversation about an SPCA donation.
My God,
Where
give
have
your
we
money to
gone?
them. Otherwise,
So,
these dogs are going to be shot.
The answer to your original question was no. No one won.
Dogs Deserve Better Blue Ridge is another good group that goes out and rescues dogs that are chained up out in the county.
No, good.
Tell us how about Brian. Was it Brian or Sarah who won the pizza for singing tonight?
It was Brian, right?
It's Brian. Well,
Yeah.
so there was a lot of people singing "Never Gonna Give You Up."
I don't even know how that started. We just started playing that song. People started singing along, and now it's become every once in a while we throw it out there as a prize-winning
Yeah,
event.
so we just say, hey, whoever sings it loudest is going to get a free pizza. And he stood up out of his chair, got right in front of my face. Never gonna give you up. I mean, it was intense. I mean, what are you gonna? I felt like I had to give him that pizza.
Well, he wasn't going
it
to
was
mess
amazing.
around or desert you, so you know that it was the right person.
Well,
to give
there was a guy
pizza
on
to.
the bowling lane who was singing and dancing, but smooth dancing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I should have given it to him, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Isn't that the Rickrolled song?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Well, do you know what it did? It went past the cheesy and it's cool again. I know that's crazy.
it won't
I love
take
it when
long.
that
It'll
happens.
it'll be uncool soon.
It'll go the way of the Trololo man.
Yeah. It is land right now. like
Right now it's in a good
today,
place.
It's cool, but tomorrow it might be uncool again.
Yeah.
Say tonight.
I'm waiting for the bell
Know
bottoms
what
to
you're
come
waiting
back for the third time.
I want to know. So I was back here listening to bingo
Yeah.
and just like writing notes, and so I couldn't see things. But you did what's in the box, and then
Yes,
it
we
turned
did.
out to be a
What's
leprechaun. Go ahead, Jay. Let
What's
it out.
in the box?
I heard.
Now, if
The squeeze
you're gonna say it, you gotta do the Brad Pitt thing.
And
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Brittany.
What is a leprechaun trap?
well, I'm so glad you asked.
Excellent
I need to
question.
know.
It's I think 3 popsicle sticks,
Wait.
a
what?
green hat, and a fake 4-leaf clover. And so you take the popsicle sticks and it holds the hat up, and you put the clover underneath the hat. And then the leprechaun's supposed to go in for it, knock over the sticks, and get captured.
Yeah, right.
So was this
Under the
assembled or was this a DIY
kit.
situation?
This was a
It's a
kit.
kit.
Yeah, this was a kit.
Leprechauns
Now-
are bigger than that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Let's talk about the scale of actual leprechauns and the way to actually catch a leprechaun.
Yeah.
Jay, I want to
How many leprechauns could fit on the head of a needle pin?
I have no objective knowledge in the forefront of my brain at the moment, but I think leprechauns are probably scarier than what they've been.
You're thinking of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
No, in reality, I mean, in reality,
You know what I've heard they do? I've heard they file down their teeth on chicken bones.
Those poor birds.
So tell us about, in reality, the leprechaun.
Well, no, the leprechauns would be one of the many versions of the little people, and they're usually scary.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies, and I'm actually serious, is Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yes.
Okay, really?
Yes, I love it so
It is a
much.
fantastic.
What's your favorite
Sean
part
Connery.
about it?
What's my favorite part?
Yeah, what is it that...
There it is.
Sean Connery.
it's Sean, okay.
Him
the
singing.
the
Him singing.
Yeah,
Sean Connery singing.
All the singing.
He's not in a loincloth at any point in that one, is he?
No, that would be a better movie.
But he's still wearing some sort of tight
He's wearing a
pants.
kilt. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or
Yeah.
a kilt. Somehow he's
My
good
favorite
looking
par-
in that.
My favorite
Yeah.
part is actually at the very end, because at the very end he
That's
goes,
where it gets magical.
"It's the Banshee!"
Yes.
And then the Banshee comes down.
And they've got this great green screen thing happening with the chariot that's supposed to take you
It
to.
was like, yes, it's death. And
Yeah,
there's the
you
skeleton.
can see
Yes.
where the green screen and the
It's-
image.
They've
is
really gone
merged.
to a place, Jay, and it's a beautiful thing.
No, it's but then I tell you why. So the leprechaun in that,
Yeah.
he's like got this great beard, he's got a great smile,
he's
and he's like,
such a little-
"You never get my gold, Darby."
He is such a little
It's jolly.
sassafras.
And
Yeah.
you can if you got
Rogue.
Disney Plus, you can watch it. In fact, that was I literally got Disney Plus just so I could watch Darby O'Gill and the Little People. You're welcome, Disney.
Yeah, wow. Very good.
$7 coming your way.
Do you ever just have a night where you go full Little People and double feature it with the Gnome-mobile?
Never seen it.
It's got a fun little song that I feel like you could cover very easily with for your. Oh no, it's not really Irish like Darby O'Gill, but you've got a show coming up on March 16th
That's
at
right.
Real Fire.
And I do, and I will be doing Irish songs.
What is that
Yes.
song that they sing
When
in,
Irish eyes are smiling.
over and over again? What is the song that they sing in Darby O'Gill and the Little People? Was it? Because I'm
Just a fun fiddle song.
It was
They had a
just a
fiddle
really
song
cute
and
song.
and
They
made them
sang
all
it
fall
together.
asleep at some point.
Yeah. There's a yeah.
Oh, I think
It's
they
been
all
a
got
long
drunk.
time since I've seen
They
this
all
movie.
got drunk,
yeah.
and he falls asleep, and then he's like, "Oh, but I had the gold." At some point, Darby had the gold. He had the fiddle.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Wait, that's a difference.
Totally Joe.
Irish jazz. When Irish jazz are smiling.
One of the first reports of little people from flying saucers in America was in Augusta County, Virginia,
No way.
in the early 60s.
So, okay, so I just want to know why you call them little people, like where you get that terminology from.
I haven't.
'Cause some people
Because
say fairies.
that's
some
an
people-
actual terminology for some
Yeah, is that an
real
Well,
people.
no,
is that
I'm-
an Appalachian?
No, I'm coming.
thing?
I don't know if
Because-
it's a technical term, but I have a original first edition copy of Passport to Magonia by Jacques Vallée, who was, if you ever saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Very
the,
official,
The,
yeah.
the French guy in
Yes.
the movie was based on Jacques Vallée. He was a UFO investigator who was one of the first ones to reject the extraterrestrial hypothesis. And he wrote this very thick book called Passport to Magonia, where he started saying, hey, these little people stories are from every culture on Earth. They all have all these similarities, and it totally matches up with the...
They all have different names, though.
they have different names.
Yeah,
but-
okay.
but the-
That
but
was
the-
why I was wondering about the etymology of little people, because my father used to tease me about the little people.
What did he say? He knew.
See-
Did he know about the little people?
I don't know. Like that's the thing. You get enough like you get
Weird.
enough like West Virginia crazy bipolar disorder, manic depression, and then you mix it in with some non PTSD, and you and
We're learning a lot about you.
you
this
don't
evening.
know whether this. That's not mine. That's my dad. I'm not that old. But you do.
She
then you
fought
do-
in the war.
That's right.
in the
right.
Wawa. But like you don't know like
Chicken
if,
wings.
if he's making fun of that or if he actually believes it. Like
Well,
that's
see,
the thing.
the West
You'd be like, the
Virginia-
little people are gonna get you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They're gonna carry you off.
The West Virginians are tapped into some Christian culture straight back through the Scotch Irish and all the way back to back
It's
to
pretty
the old
fascinating,
country.
but it's really hard to.
All right, I have a Close Encounters of the Third Kind reference, though. I went to Charlottesville this weekend, and I went to the Alamo Draft House, right?
That place is great.
And in that particular lobby, they have in the lobby the spaceship from Close Encounters and it fills the entire. I mean, like that's what you see above you is the entire spaceship.
It's a cool
yeah,
place.
Wow.
it was very cool.
You can.
And I talked like I just went in just to see the place. Like I think most people actually go there to watch movies.
No,
I
but
just
you can
went
go
to
there
visit.
and just you can go there and drink. They got a bar.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I just went in and talked to the people that were there, and it was such a nice conversation. They were like, "Yeah, come back," and we have. Apparently, they're going to be doing Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
And they like to do with older movies. They like to do themes, and they will buy things to go with the movie to give people, and just kind of get in the spirit. And they apparently
Heroin?
and they bought
heroin.
They bought pens that looked like needles.
Oh my goodness.
Good.
So yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a fun place. I've not been there to see a movie, but it sounds awesome, and I will be back.
Do people talk and drink beer and clank their glasses?
I mean, I assume.
Yeah, and it's also a place where they serve food while you're watching the film.
Right, right.
You can sit there and just gnaw on all the wings you want while you watch a movie.
No.
So
Yeah.
No chicken bone. But yeah, when I went there to see what was it? Was it one of the Jordan Peele movies?
Nope.
Nope.
Not no, but the one before that.
Get out.
Not Get Out, but the one
Yep.
Us.
Oh,
That was-
Us.
Yeah, I went to see Us, and there was all of
Them.
this Key and Peele trivia and like skits from their show
Yeah.
before the movie started, as opposed to ads like they run at Regal.
Right.
And
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was super fun, and I was in there with a few other people, and it was great.
I want to hear more. You three are from here. Have any of you run into have any stories?
Little people.
Or little people, or like knowledge of like Appalachian folk magic in firsthand experience. Charms, spells, bleeding that was
yeah.
stopped, things like that.
Truthfully, one of my favorite things that happened, and that this really happened, was when we were in elementary school. A group of police officers came in and told the group that don't worry, Satan worshipers are not in the woods.
Oh,
This was the 80s.
Yeah.
During the Satanic Panic.
The Satanic Panic.
And that
Well,
was
it came
real.
from the rock music.
It really, yeah. So it's funny you should say the rock music because KISS stood for something.
Oh yeah, Knights in Satan's Service.
And then ACDC stood for After Christ, Devil
comes. Yeah, right.
And so we were all convinced. I mean, we were at church. We were like, and there was, and then the cops came
We were at church.
to the
Cops.
school.
to
That
the
was to
school.
the school,
That's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
cops came to the school.
Well, at one point in the early 60s, the sheriff of Augusta County had to make a statement that if there were little people in the woods in Augusta County, it was against the law to shoot them.
Oh,
That
interesting.
was on the,
Yeah.
the
Very
front page.
kind of him.
I did have a weird experience in the woods. So I grew up in Brewery Branch. The woods next to our house, there is an abandoned graveyard there, and right there is a bluff. If you don't know what a bluff is, it's a big drop off. It's a huge, and if there is a bluff, I can promise you this: people will throw their trash over.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So there
You
was
used
a
to have
bluff.
bluffs, now you got dumps.
I'm walking down at the bottom of the bluff, and someone had thrown a carcass of an animal. Don't know what that animal was, but it was an animal, smallish animal, and I find this animal and I say, well, I'm going to bury this thing. So I dug a hole and I buried the animal because I thought that was the right thing to do.
How old are you?
12.
Okay.
Something around that age, and I had my friend Jesse Stover was with me, and we buried.
Did he have his hat on?
We probably.
He was also 12 and had a 13-inch beard.
Yeah. He could buy cigarettes.
Just kidding, Jesse.
Thanks, Jess. Anyways, so we buried this animal, and we even had a little ceremony. I mean, we did the whole thing.
Jesse did the sound.
That's
It was
cute.
perfect.
Yeah, and so I come back a couple days later, and it's gone. I come back and
Oh my God.
everything is gone. Everything that we had done, the little tombstone that we had made, the site was completely destroyed. I mean, absolutely destroyed.
Is this a Pet Cemetery situation?
No.
Okay.
And
sure.
as I scan the area, you realize that another animal has found this carcass and dug it all up. And
So you didn't bury it
jumped on
deep enough.
No, I was
No, he just set the table.
basically. Yeah, I
You just
put it-
covered it in leaves, didn't you? Put a rock on top. Jesse grew his beard a foot that day.
So then if you wanted to make your...
You know what though? I'm gonna take it back. I think we were 16. I'm not kidding.
Jesse Stover is from Brewery Bridge too.
Yeah, he grew
Holy
up. Well,
smokes.
no. He grew up in. Officially, he would have been more of a. What do you call that?
Who knows? I don't know. Audubon?
Audubon?
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Dale Enterprise.
No,
we
no.
talked to Jesse. This was a couple months ago, and because he's a very interesting person. We've got interesting stories. We said you've got to be on a podcast at some point, and and his reaction was, "It's inevitable."
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
No, he's on tour. He's the
Yeah.
Sound guy for the Steel Wheel.
Yeah.
So he's got.
I'll
great,
put a link to the Steel Wheel stuff because they're good.
They actually just have a new album out.
That's right.
They're he's got lots of great stories.
Trent Wagler and Conrad Wirt used to play in. Was the Red? You were the Red River Roller Coaster. And
Yeah,
they were
there was the Red Wagon.
The Red Wagon Band.
That's right.
Have you ever seen Conrad Wirt's act nowadays?
No.
They were kind of like Lennon and McCartney. They went in two different directions.
Ooh, cool.
He does this
That's
like
awesome.
this one man band of like a banjo and washboard and drums and Cajun crazy profane music.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It is
does sound-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they've been doing it for so many. I mean, it's just amazing that some of these guys that are like, I'm going to be a musician, and they have been plugging away at it for 20 plus years.
Right.
It is a job.
Hey, before we tie this up, I wanted to. You've got some auditions coming up, right?
I've got auditions coming up. Well, it's going to be April 8th and 9th
But get
for
hype.
my reboot of If There's a Rock and Roll Heaven, the 2024 version.
Okay.
It's a very hilarious play written
Nice.
by me. and
Can
my
you tell us what
former
the
wife.
plot is? Like just a quick...
The plot is about
Elevator
Del Marvel, who is a dying rock star. These guys are talking. They're making.
Just tell me. Don't look at them.
It's about a.
Don't look at them.
It's about a retired rock star who's dying of cancer, and he returns to his home in Wilmington, Delaware, to pass away in his sister-in-law's house, and his son is there, and he's a cello player, and no, he's a bassoonist.
You wrote this play.
I know, but this was pre-COVID. I don't know. It's very funny.
It is a good show.
It's got like
yeah.
guns going off and naked people.
Yeah.
And,
Well, they're not entirely.
And this is
naked.
going to be at Court Square
that's
Theater.
going to be at Court Square Theater, assuming the universe doesn't end in June.
It
Yeah.
should be good through
It's gonna
at
be-
least the end of July.
It's
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
and has original music in it, written by me and Ivan.
Cool.
And it
That's
has-
right. He
Ivan?
asked me at one point to help write some songs, and I
Actually,
said
you know,
sure.
I think
and then he went, never mind. I've got Ivan. Never mind.
Who's Ivan?
I don't
What's Ivan's last
remember
name?
that. But actually, you want to do it? I think I'm going to rewrite.
No.
I think I'm going to rewrite at least one of the songs and re-record it.
Okay. I might. I'd be willing to help.
Let's
What's
make
Ivan's?
the
What's Ivan's last name?
Ivan's last name.
Or who is Ivan? Is it Ivan?
You know,
from
Ivan
Jaguar-
from Jaguardini.
Okay, same
Yeah.
Ivan. Okay, very
The
good.
only Ivan. It's like Madonna. He
Ivan
doesn't need
Christo
a-
Basil
doesn't need-
Jaguardini.
That's right. That's right.
Christo.
I will
Let's-
put a link. It's in the notes.
Let's make the beast with two backs. Is the big Mama's got a squeeze box.
Yeah.
In and out and in. And so what else is happening?
Oh,
What
we
else
got.
is
Okay.
going on?
You wanna- you want the list?
Our wacky world.
That's there he is. There's Jay.
Wait.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
In and out.
Dog.
The
There's a
dog is right at the end.
Oh, let's play it again.
All
Play
right,
it
hold
again.
on.
All right,
All right.
we're ready.
Our wacky world weekly. Our wacky world.
There he is.
That's good.
Tucker wasn't alive the first time I did the play. So,
Oh, so is Tucker going to be in the play, or
That's a good question.
Have a part?
Probably.
He is so participatory.
Yeah, chances are good.
he's home crying because I left him there to come do the podcast.
He just wants to participate.
He just
When
wants to be
when
with
the
me.
weather warms up, we can start being outside again, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
tropical.
we can interview him, and I'm sure it'll be great.
We had the
and
same
that's
joke.
and that's all he'll have to say.
I'm teaching
Can
him
I-
to count in Spanish. Is that-
Oh my goodness. Can I run down some events for you?
Yeah,
Yes, do it.
absolutely.
Please
All right.
bail us out here.
This Saturday, 10 a.m., starting at City Hall, the International Women's Day March. On the 10th on Sunday, the Oscars. What?
What?
The Oscars, yeah.
Oh.
And
Jimmy?
The Oscars, you mean in Hollywood?
yes, at Academy Awards. But it's a thing that's happening. And then Thursday.
Are
next
any of us
Thursday.
going to the Academy Awards?
I'm gonna watch it on TV.
Oh, you're watching on
Yeah,
TV.
I'm hoping.
okay.
Okay, so I'm hoping there's another slap. I'm hoping that it. I mean, I'm ready for the Thunderdome. Like, let's do
okay.
this. Let's
Yeah.
just
They
get in
have-
there.
they
Who's
have
the
to have
favorite-
something.
Who's the favorite to win the Best Picture this year?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, or Killers of the Flower Moon, or Zone of Interest, or there's so many things. that are
What
like-
was the leftovers or
the holdovers?
the holdover? The leftovers. That's a
Yeah.
Weird Al version of that movie. Yeah, okay. The holdovers. That was a good
Pac-Man.
movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
pretty
loved
good.
it. Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
Paul
Yeah,
Giamatti.
yeah.
Speaking of names that I'm not sure I'm pronouncing properly,
Paul Giamatti.
the Friendly City Players is doing Peter and the Starcatcher March 14th through the 24th, and it is directed by Justin. And I can't pronounce your last name because I didn't see you tonight to hear it out loud. But
Smith.
G
Ah.
is Guidroz.
That's right.
Choose your own adventure in the pronunciation there, kids. It's based on the novel by David Barry, and it's like a prequel for Peter Pan. Should be awesome
Oh,
time.
that does. Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna have to get him here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
And it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. So
Okay,
that's cool.
cool.
You guys have a show, not this weekend, but next weekend. The
Yes.
Hellfire Show.
Hellfire.
That's right.
Irish stuff.
Yeah, now we're going to sing songs about whiskey. We also have we got a couple fun songs that we're going to
Oh
play.
man.
And 3 weeks from Sunday past,
The
Rock
24th,
Lo-
Rock
the tw-
Lotto
Rock Lotto,
at the Pony at 8 p.m.
featuring me and Brian in a
Yes.
as yet to be named band
The return of Jay Zare on bass.
on bass.
Do you
Look
guys have like
out.
a style of music that you're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be?
it's like
Is there a style? They are the style.
Right.
it's
Sometimes
very-
they cover. Sometimes the bands cover someone. So that's why I was wondering.
What's the genre? Transcendent.
I would say it's like Pink Floyd meets King Crimson.
Ooh, I like it.
All the color bands. Pink.
Yeah.
Pink, Crimson, Moody Blues,
We had some stuff that kind of sounded like
Simply Red.
Talking Heads.
Sorry.
Sort of. I don't know. I can't describe
Green
it.
Day.
Green Day. No, it's not like Green Day.
He's on a roll.
Good.
Green Day. Oh, I
Colors.
get it.
Black
Colors.
Sabbath. Oh,
No.
sorry.
Yes,
That's all
the
I
White
got.
Stripes.
We've got to finish this show.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the music playing?
We've been
Yeah, it's
recording
been
for
playing.
days.
It's been playing in the background. The
Black Run
dulcet-
clean up April 13th.
the
Just
dulcet-
make sure, though, there's nothing else to plug or.
Oh gosh, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
there's some things.
So I guess that's going to
Yeah.
wrap it up for the improv. The improv portion of the evening. We'll see you next week at 7:30 every Tuesday night for Bingo is Life. It's going to be $150 for the big winner.
No, actually,
No, it's
$200 next week. Yeah.
Listen to the podcast Bingo is Life anytime you want to in cyberspace. All you kids in the future, it was great. Wish you were here with us right now. See you next week.
Good night. Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers How to Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.